So, hi students, in last class we discussed about buses. Now, the next topic is interface circuits. An input and output interface consists of a circuitry. Why means in order to connect input and output device to a computer bus. So, for creating a connection between input and output device to a computer bus, the input and output interface forms a circuitry. Okay, on one side of the interface we have bus signals, on other side we have a data path with its associated controls to transfer data between the interface and the input device. That other side is called as port. Okay, generally we have two types of ports, parallel ports and serial ports. Okay, coming to parallel port, it transfers in the form of number of bits, that is 8 or 16, simultaneously to or from the device. Another one is serial port. It transmits and receives the data one bit at a time. Okay, that means in parallel port more number of data transfers takes place. Okay, but in serial port it transmits and receives data one bit at a time only. Okay, coming to communication with the bus is the same for both formats. Okay, coming to communication, both the serial port and parallel port formats are both same. Okay, the conversion from the parallel to serial format and vice versa takes place inside the interface circuit. Okay, in parallel port, the connection between the device and the computer uses two things, that is multi-pin connector and cable with as many wires. Okay, this arrangement is suitable for devices that are physically close to the computer. So this arrangement is suitable for which are very close to the computer. Okay, in serial port it is much more convenient and cost effective when longer cables are needed. If we want longer cables, then we choose serial port. Okay, functions of input and output interface. Okay, coming to the functions of input and output interface, it provides a storage buffer for at least one word of data. That means buffer is called as a temporary storage. For storage purpose, for storage of one word of data, it provides a buffer. Okay, and also contains the status flags. You already learned the status flags. Okay, based on this status flag we can determine whether the buffer is full or empty. Okay, next coming another function is contains address decoding circuitry to determine whether when it is being addressed by the processor. So it also contains address decoding. Okay, whatever the processor sends address on the address line, that is going to be decoded with the help of address decoding. Okay, and generates the appropriated timing signals required for the bus control schemes. Okay, it also generates timing signals also. Okay, performs any format conversion that may be necessary to transfer data between the bus and input and output device, such as parallel serial conversion in the case of serial port. Coming to parallel port keyboard interface to a processor. So if here we take keyboard switches. Okay, after sending the keys, we encode that keys. Okay, with the help of encoder circuit. Okay, so after that the data line sends data, and if it is valid and send its status. Okay, then you already know about this data line, address line, and read and write line. Master ready, slave ready. So master ready, slave ready, you already learned in your asynchronous bus. Okay, the output of the encoder, here encoder is there now. So the output of the encoder consists of bit representing the encoded character. So after performing encoding, the result is bits representing in the encoded character, and the one signal is called a valid, which indicates the key is pressed. If we pressed any key, then it sends a signal. That signal is called as valid. Okay, the information is sent to the interface circuits. Okay, interface circuits contain these two things, that is data register, data in, and status flag s in. Okay, so this data in and s in also you already learned in previous topics. Okay, when a key is pressed, the valid signal changes from 0 to 1. See here, if any key we press it on the keyboard, okay, it changes from 0 to 1. Okay, see here, this is the diagram, this is the keyboard switches. Okay, assume that here keyboard switches is nothing but is a keyboard is there. So if you press any key, then the valid signal changes from 0 to 1. Okay, then if sin is equal to 1, when ASCII code is loaded into data in. If we press a ASCII code, then it is loaded into a data in. If sin is equal to 0, when processor reads the content of the data in. So after read the contents from a data in, we place that it as sin is equal to 0. Okay, the interface circuit is connected to a asynchronous bus. Okay, here we used asynchronous bus. Okay, that's why we call it as we use it here, master ready, slave ready. Okay, you already learned in previous topic also. Okay, master ready, slave ready. So this is the master slave concept. Okay, data transfer on the bus are controlled using handshake signals. Okay, coming to input interface circuit. So this is the diagram representation for the input interface circuit. Here data in is there, data flags are there, s in, okay, read status, slave, okay, master ready, read or write operation, okay, valid, and keyboard data. So this is the diagram for keyboard to processor connection, and this is the diagram for input interface circuit. Okay, how we send the data with the help of input devices, how we are going to be create a connection between a computer and keyboard. Okay, that is input device. The output lines of the data in or see this diagram. So the output lines of the data in are connected to the data lines of bus by means of here 3 state drives are there. Okay, drives are turned on when the processor issues a read signal and address selects and data in. So if any address identify on data in, then only the drivers are turned on. Okay, the sign signal is generated using a status flag circuit. Okay, when the sign signal generated means using status flag circuit, with the help of status flag circuit only it generates a sign signal. Okay, sign signal is connected to a line. See here the diagram. In this diagram, sign signal is connected to a line D0 of the processor bus using a 3-state driver. Okay, here address decoder also there. So address decoder selects the input interface based on inputs A12 through A31. Here see, address code contains A1 to A31. The bit A0, here bit A0 there, A0 is there, no, that determines whether the status of or data register is to be read when the master ready is active. So when it active means then a master ready is active. Okay, if master ready is active, the bit A0 determines whether the status or data register is to be read. Okay, Then processor activates slave ready signal when either the read status or read data is equal to 0. So if read status or read data, here read data is there, no, here see this read data and read status. Okay, so we place read status or read data is equal to 1, the processor activates the slave ready signal. Okay, next, printer interfaced processor means in previous diagram, this is the diagram for input device. With the help of input device, how we are going to be connect a processor. Now this is the diagrammatical representation for the output device, how we connect output device with the processor. Okay, so see here, again we have data line, address line, read or write line, master ready, slave ready. Okay, here display data, display status. Okay, this is the output device. Okay, so keyboard is connected to a processor using a parallel port. A processor uses memory mapped input and output and asynchronous bus protocol. So processor uses memory mapped input and output. In previous topics we discussed that memory mapped input and output and bus asynchronous bus protocol. Okay, on the processor side of the interface, we have data line, address line, control line, master ready signal, slave ready signal. Okay, on the keyboard side of the interface, we have encoder circuit which generates a code for the key pressed. So whatever the key we pressed, it provides encoded format. Okay, debouncing circuit which eliminates the effect of a key, and next one is data lines which contains the code for the key, and next one is valid line. So here see this valid line is there, no, so valid line changes from 0 to 1 when the key is pressed. This causes the code to be loaded into a data in and s in to be set to 1. Sorry. Mm, this is again keyboard. This is the thing for keyboard only, like display also. We have data line ready and new data. Okay, here we used instead of both in printed interface to processor or keyboard interface to processor, in both we used there we used in order to enter the data in. Here we used data out. Okay, there s in, here s out, remaining things all are same. Okay, output interface circuit. So coming to output interface circuit, so see this diagram. A serial port is used to connect the processor to input and output device that require transmission of data one bit at a time. Okay, in serial bus we transfer only one bit of data at a time. Okay, the key feature of interface circuit for the serial port is that it is capable of communicating in a bit serial fashion. That means we transfer the data in the bit by bit. Okay, on the device side and in a bit parallel fashion on the bus side. Okay, the transformation between the parallel and serial formats is achieved with the shift registers that have parallel access capability. So shift registers. Okay, shift registers are nothing but we shift one bit at a time. A block diagram of typical serial interface It includes the familiar data in, data out. The input shift register accepts the bit serial input from the input and output device. Okay. This is the representation. The input shift register accepts the bit serial input from the input device when all 8 bits of the data have been received. The contents of this shift register are loaded in parallel into a data in register. Similarly, the output data in the data out register are loaded into the output register, from which the bits are shifted out, sent out to the and sent out to output device. After performing this both input and output, we send it to through output input and output device. This is the diagram for that. Here we have data in, data out. For the data in, it contains input shift register. For the data out, it contains output shift register. Okay, and we have status and control signals, and that means it receiving clock and transmission clock. Okay, here serial input and serial output. The chip and register selects, this means it contains rs1, rs0, read or write, ready and accept signals. A simpler interface could be implemented by during data in and data out into shift register and eliminating the shift registers after performing all these actions. However, this would impose awkward restrictions on the operation of input and output device. After receiving one character from the serial line, the device cannot start receiving the next character until the processor reads the content of the data in. That means if we send one character in data in, and the processor next character waits until the processor reads the content of the data in, whatever the previous data in the content in the data in, that is readed, that reads the processor. Okay, up to that the next character is not received. Okay, thus a pass would be needed between two characters to allow the processor to read the input data. So that's why we place a pass. Okay, pass signal. With a double buffer, that the transfer of the second character can begin as soon as the first character is loaded from the shift register into a data in register. Thus, the provided processor reads the contents of the data in before the serial transfer of the second character is completed. So, the interface can receive a continuous stream of serial of data. One by one, the data is going to be readed. So, this is the diagram for output interface. There also we use data out. So, this is the same with the same diagram, but difference is there we used data in, here we used data out. Okay, and here s in we used, and here we used s out. Okay, so the rest of the things are almost same. Okay, here handshake control used. Okay, slave and ready is common, address decoder is also there. Okay, so this is the output interface circuit. So this is the concept of the interface circuit.